Hey my friend, this is jonesyadjei, your full scholarship coach in this TV channel. Hey, the full scholarship man. In today's topic, we're going to be looking at grad school application. Have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that a lot of international students are not able to meet grad school admission deadlines, including scholarship deadlines? Before I go into this, I have something good for you, so I want you to stay to the end. I've crafted a one-step checklist and calendar that will help you plan in advance before submitting your grad school application. Stay tuned. Hey my friend, this is jonesyadjei again, the full scholarship man. Today's topic is all about the grad school application. Before I go into this, I would like to talk about the US admission cycle, that is the fall and the spring admission cycle. A lot of international students consider the fall admission cycle because there are a lot of opportunities such as assistantships, scholarships, and fellowships to apply in the fall admission. In addition to this, there are a lot of courses that are offered in the fall admission. I have crafted a one-step checklist and calendar that you can use as a guideline towards your grad school application. It will serve you well, my friend. I will leave my email ID in the comment section, so if you are in need of this, you can send me a request through my email. The one-step checklist is a master planner that you should follow once you decide to apply to grad schools. I'm going to talk about what you should be doing each month as you are done with your bachelor's degree program. So in the first month, that is the month of May, you should decide the type of programs you want to apply to, matching this with your long-term goals or your career aspiration. Then you research the type of schools based again on your long-term goals. The next thing that I'll talk about is the number of schools to apply to. That is one of the single most important questions that international students often ask. How many schools should I apply to? Because of the competition as well as rejections in graduate school, I often recommend that you apply to 7 schools. So 2, 3, 2. So 2 top tier schools, 3 middle tier schools, and 2 safe schools. So the top tier schools are schools that your credentials are below the school's requirement or average. The middle tier schools are schools that your credentials meet the school's requirement or average. And then the safe schools are the schools that your credentials are above or beyond the school's requirement or average. And then when you apply to these safe schools, you are often confident that you get admission for those type of schools. Because of the competition and again, the rejection factor that you should consider, I often recommend that you widen your application scope. So you consider applying to 7 schools whenever you decide to apply to graduate schools. The next thing that I'll talk about is the application system. Some schools require that you submit application to the graduate school as well as the department. Other schools require that you submit it to one. So again, check with the school if they have a 2-part application process or a 1-part application process. The next thing that is always very important is meeting deadlines of applications as well as meeting deadlines for all forms of scholarships, assistantships, and fellowships, as well as making sure that you have all the required documents that they need. Then again, check with the school if they have any admission tests such as the GRE, the GMAT, or the test of English as a foreign language, as well as transcript evaluation. So that is what you should be doing in the month of May. Now you know the number of schools that you are applying to. You know the type of program that you are applying to, as well as deadlines and any required materials and documents by the graduate school. You also know of any admission tests, including credential evaluations. In the month of June, the next thing that you should be doing is to correspond with the graduate school as well as the department that you are applying to. So for each program, you have to correspond with the department, and your point of contact is the coordinator. You can also get the graduate school email address from the website. So you have to correspond with them for any questions that you are not familiar with. With the test of English as a foreign language, I often recommend that you send an email to the graduate school if they can waive this for you, especially if you are coming from a country where English is often used as an official language for instruction for both your undergraduate as well as your high school. So you can send an email to the graduate school for a waive for the English language or the English proficiency. So again, this will save you cost, and again it will save you time, so you don't have to write the test of English as a foreign language. Another thing that you should be doing in the month of June is, after you've sent an email for a waive for the test of English as a foreign language, is the transcript evaluation. If your school requires you to standardize your transcript to the US equivalents, again, that is something that you should plan ahead because it's a long process. So I'll be talking about this in the month of July. But in the month of June, again, you should register for your admission test if it is required. So for example, if the school requires you to submit the GRE or the GMAT, you should register this in the month of June, and you should plan to prepare and then take the test ahead of time. There are a lot of test preparation materials as well as practice tests that you can do online. So again, that is what you should be doing in the month of June. You should write your first draft of essay in the month of July. Each school usually have their requirements for writing essays. So again, check with the school's requirements and the topics that they want you to write for the essay. Tailor this to each program that you are applying to. Again, once you are done with your draft of essay, you can send it to friends, you can send it to families, you can send it to teachers to catch any error. So this is your first draft of essay. The next thing is to craft your resume. The maximum number of pages that you should write your resume is 2 pages. Again, there's a difference between resume and CV. So again, the maximum should be 2 pages. It should include your past and then your current experiences. Another thing that you should be doing is to have your unofficial transcript, your passport, all scanned in a PDF format. If you also have any writing sample, for example, like publications, again, that is what you should be gathering in the month of July. Hey friends, let's talk about transcript evaluation. The purpose of transcript evaluation is to convert your foreign transcript to the US equivalent. So again, check with your school requirements. If they require you to standardize your transcript to the US equivalent, then you should plan ahead because this takes a long time. Again, most schools usually have a specific transcript evaluation bodies. So if they have, then you have to use that specific one. If they don't, then I often recommend that you can use the World Education Service. Again, to submit your transcript to the World Education Service for standardization, the first thing you have to do is to go to their website and then you create an account. After creating an account, then you fill the application and then you download the transcript request. You take it to your previous school and then you request for your transcript. They will attach it to the downloaded transcript request and then you mail it to the World Education Service. From there, you can monitor if they are evaluating your transcript. It takes a long time. Again, you should plan ahead if you want to meet grad school deadlines as well as any scholarship, assistantships, or fellowship in a department or the graduate school that you are planning to apply to. If you are applying to any STEM program such as science, technology, engineering, and math, most often they require you to contact a faculty member, be accepted into their program or their research before you submit your application. So check with the school's requirement. If they need this, then again, you have to express your interest to the department's faculty members. You can do this by going to the department's website and then you look at the faculty members present and then you look at those with their research that aligns with yours, and then you send an email to all of them by expressing your interest to them. Again, you have to tailor this email to each faculty member that you are sending an email to. Whenever you are sending the email, you should include your resume, your transcript, any admission test that you have taken, as well as you write a nice piece with your goals as well as your experience. The next thing is to register and then take your admission test in the month of September. So if you are writing the GRE or the GMAT, again, you should take this in the month of September. And then contact your referee. So you should have at least 3 referees who are familiar with your goals and your experiences and who can write good recommendation letters in support of your application. I often recommend that you contact at least one from a faculty position and two from your previous work. So that is what you should be doing in the month of September. In the month of October as well as mid-November, you are ready to submit your grad school application. So here, before you do this, because most of the applications are online, you should have your debit or credit card to pay application fees. Again, you should have your required materials converted to PDF and in a digital form that you can upload with your online application. Again, you should contact your referees to ensure that they can submit your recommendation letters in support of your applications, because they'll get, once you submit your application, they will get an online recommendation form that they can submit on your behalf. Again, if you realize that your scores were no good, here you can take it again in the month of October so that you can improve your scores and then you can resubmit it again. But also check and make sure that your scores are being received by the graduate school. If your transcripts have not been received or have not been mailed, again, check with your previous school to ensure that your scores have been mailed. Sometimes some departments require you to submit the GRE subject text. So for example, if you are applying to biology, you may want to take the GRE subject test in biology. This is optional, so you don't have to do this. But if you want to strengthen your application, apart from taking the GRE general test, you can also take the GRE subject test. So the general test of the GRE is required by most schools, but the subject test is optional, so you can take it if you want to strengthen your application. So that is what you should be doing in the month of October to mid-November. Again, you should have your essay being reviewed by your families, by your friends, by your teachers, ready to upload it in your online application. So once you have submitted your graduate school application, the next thing that you should do is to search for any form of assistantship, scholarship, or fellowship that you are eligible for. For doctoral programs, mostly once you contact a faculty member and you are accepted into his or her research, it comes with automatic assistantship, so you don't have to submit an application. However, with master's program, you often have to submit an application for assistantship or any form of scholarship. So again, check. So you have to search wide at the department or the graduate school for any forms of assistantship or scholarship that you are eligible for in the month of December. So that's it, my friend. You've submitted your application and then now you'll be waiting to get admissions or admission offers from the graduate schools. So in the next video, I'll be talking about undergraduate checklist or undergraduate calendar. So if you are a person who is done with high school and you want to pursue bachelor's degree in the US, check for my next video. I'll see you in the next one.